What's going on, guys? It's Fear the Beard here, and today I'm going to be doing my breakdown of The Bad Batch Episode 2. If you guys do enjoy, please like and subscribe for more. So the episode is called Cut and Run, which is a reference, of course, to the character Cut, which we saw in the Clone Wars. And the Run is referencing to Cut running away from the Republic and his squad. We see the clones and Omega land on Saluka Mai, where they hope to find Cut and Sue, which they do. Omega, this is her first time actually seeing and feeling dirt, so that was a pretty cool moment. This just proves the point that she's been isolated on Kamino for her whole life, and she hasn't actually lived like a normal child would live. Later in the episode, we see her playing catch with Sue and Cut's kids. That was pretty cool to get to see her do that for the first time, acting like a normal kid. But the ball goes over Cut's fence, and Omega goes to retrieve it, which she then encounters a Nexu, which we saw Padme get scratched by an attack of the clones, so that was a cool reference to that. She's able to get the ball and get back to Cut's home safely with the help of Sue. And this is something that Hunter deals with most of the episode, as Echo states, he doesn't believe they should have a kid around with them, and Hunter is definitely thinking about this through most of the episode. He sees how good of a father Cut is to his kids, and he thinks maybe Omega would have a better life being with someone like him, who knows how to take care of a kid, which we'll see later in the episode. Cut's plan is to secure a ship that'll take him to a planet safe from the Empire so he can raise his family. But a problem occurs because now the Empire is using chain codes, which is his identity for every single person in the galaxy, which is just a way for people like Palpatine to know where everyone is in the world, what planets you went to. Of course, Cut can't get a chain code because he's an abandoned clone, so if they figured that out, he would definitely be put down. So they have to improvise with tech making fake chain codes for all of, well, at least Cut's family. And Hunter decides to make a fifth one just for Omega so she can go with them and have a normal child life. In order for Echo and Tech to get in undetected, they decide to call the clone troopers to take away their ship. The plan works, they get inside the clone base, and Omega is in the ship with them, which they did not plan. Before that, we actually see Omega take off her necklace on her forehead from Lama Su. So I think it's just a sign of her moving on from that life. I mean, obviously not forgetting about Lama Su, because that was like basically her mother figure. But just accepting that she's a part of the Bad Batch now. She's part of these clones. There's a lot of different theories of what Omega is. She's definitely an advanced clone. What her power is, that is still to be seen. I do kind of think she might be maybe a little bit force sensitive. They might have been able to make a force sensitive clone. Maybe not like at the power level of a Jedi or Sith, but I think she's going to be a little bit force sensitive. As we saw in episode 1, she walks up to Crosshair and says, I know what you're going to do. I know you have to do it. It's like she's like seeing into the future kind of before it even happens, before they amplify his chip so he follows Order 66. Some people say she's like a clone of Palpatine or whatever. I don't think that's the case. It's not like a Rise of Skywalker situation where it's Palpatine all behind it. I think we've had enough of that. I don't think whatever, even if her hair looks kind of like it, or people say, obviously her accent's not the same as Palpatine. We know, obviously, that he can make clones of himself, but I don't think Omega is a form of that or anything related to Palpatine. Anyway, Hunter and Cut's family are making their way to board into his ship. They don't have the chain cones yet, because Tech and Echo are still making them. There's a bunch of clones in their way, and they have to try to figure out a way to sneak past them without being detected. So Omega takes the chain codes and sneaks her way to Hunter, and she gives them to him. And she knows she's like, oh, there's a fifth one by mistake. And Hunter tells her that the fifth one is for her, and she says she wants to stay with Hunter in the Bad Batch. Of course, Hunter thinks this is the best thing for her. We see Wrecker just take out 3 clones with one hit, showing how strong he is, obviously. He's like a steroid clone. So Hunter goes back to help them while they're fighting the clone troopers. And Omega actually ends up running back to them in the end. Hunter pulls off some sick moves to save her and get her on the ship, and they take off. I think I also forgot to mention that Cut had stated that Rex had actually passed through their villa or their home just a day ago. So when the Bad Batch takes off in their ship, I'm pretty sure that for the next episode they're going to be trying to find where Rex is. Now whether he's with Ahsoka or not, I'm not really sure. I'll have to wait till the next episode to see.